Yes, let's start. Neuron, basics of the neuron. The very important for us for first year as well as second year. We learned this in first year actually, but no matter. We are going this back again. So let me write the neuron. Let me give the basic the structure of the neuron first of all. Then after we'll go with the different kinds of issues of the neuron. Okay, so this is about neuron. Okay, so then if you talk about neuron, that basically three portions will come here. That what are the three portions of the neuron? Cyton and dendrites, dendrites and axon. Cyton, dendrites and axon. Okay, so let me label them. This is cyton. Or there are so many other names are also there. Cyton, centron, soma, perikaryon. Likewise, cell body, we use it to say. So we used earlier in sympathetic nervous system more times as cell body, isn't it? So cyton or centron or cell body. Likewise. Next, we already learned all this actually. So only the things I required, I'll go with them. Axon. Axon terminals are having some branches here. We call that branches as telodendrites. Will be helpful for us to learn that the synaptic transmission. It will be helpful there. Next, nucleus will find in the cyton, and the very important here for our topic, which is required, that is the Nissl granules. So we have to talk about that Nissl granules. Can we see them, or I should elaborate? Yeah, little bit I'll elaborate. The Nissel's granule. Where do you see the Nissel's granule? Nissel's bodies or Nissel's granules are present in that both Nissel bodies uh, or Nissel granules are seen in both cyton and dendrite. Cyton and dendrite. Dendron, actually, you have to say that earlier that information we learned in first year. So just only what I want here, that Nissel's bodies are present in cyton as well as dendrites. And the wherever these particular Nissel's granules are present, that area is gray matter. Okay, so that area is considered as gray matter. So this is the basic you need to remember. I said neuron basic we are learning, not the basic structure of neuron. Some issues which are related to our central nervous system and autonomous nervous system. So that the color gray matter, gray color is appeared due to the presence of Nissl bodies. That means due to the presence of cytons and dendrites. That information we need to learn. Okay, let me go to the reason for the white matter. So for white matter. So for that, I'll draw again that cyton, dendrite, axon, and then after as well the dendron and their branches, dendrites. And we need to go with myelin sheath at present. Myelin sheath. That myelin sheath. You may have learned over about this myelin sheath, which covers the axon. That uncovered portions are called nodes of Ranvier. That all we know. Then white color due to the presence of myelin sheath. That axons with myelin sheath are called as myelinated axons. Okay, so here also we'll find that Nissl bodies that you have to remember. Nissl bodies are present here also. That means here, if I say the white matter of the brain or white matter of the spinal cord, for all of that, what do you have, what we need to understand for all of them? That myelin sheath is present. That means myelinated axons are present. Myelinated axons are present. So keep this in mind. Let us apply this in some areas of the brain and spinal cord. We said in the brain upper is gray matter and lower is white matter, isn't it? Upper is gray matter, lower is white matter. So how do we justify this? How do we justify this? Simply we say we justify this with the help of that our arrangement, the arrangement of the neuron. That means that neurons are arranged here like this. The cyton and dendrites are arranged in the gray matter. Their Nissel's bodies give the gray color appearance. Cyton and dendrites. Okay. So the Is there any axons in this particular gray matter? Yeah, it may be. That means non-unmyelinated axons can be expected over. Okay. Then myelinated axons are present in here like this, like this. Myelinated axon like this they are present. So that means we are talking about myelin sheath. So if myelin sheath is present, what is the color? Myelin sheath is present, that is white color appearance will come over. So white matter contain myelinated axon. Simply we say, we need to remember it as the white matter contain myelinated axon. Oh my God, we lost everything. Yeah, okay, got it now. So white matter contain myelinated axon. So we say. So gray matter contain either brain or spinal cord, whatever it may be. Gray matter contain cyton, dendrites, and if axons present, what type of axons can be expected? Unmyelinated axon. Okay, so this is a generation, either NEET or MSET. So these kind of questions are going to play a vital role, not the theoretical portion of the text here. How you understand the text, that is very important. So uh, these things are playing vital role. If you start observing that again the brain, when you start reading the brain, you will justify these statements which are already present there in the textbook. That means then the last week we learned about the brain. There you can see the gray matter of the brain contains cyton, dendrites, and unmyelinated axon, and as well as the white matter contains myelinated axons only. Likewise, this kind of information which we already learned actually. So then we are giving the logical reasoning for the gray color and white color now. The white matter contains only myelinated axon. Is there any possibility of cytons in the white matter? No, not at all. Because when cyton is present, that it may appear gray color, isn't it or not? So that's why. So this is the basic which I said over. Then we continue. But let me write the theoretical representation for this, whatever we wrote here. The theoretical representation of this, that means the gray matter and white matter. We learn like this. The reason for the gray matter. So and that means I'm saying again, reason for the gray matter. Reason for the gray matter. That what is the reason for the gray matter? Gray color appearance. Reason. Nissel granules. Nissels granules or Nissels bodies. So where do you see the Nissel bodies? Nissel bodies are present in cyton and dendrite. Cyton and dendrite. So that means wherever we say that is gray matter, there definitely cyton and dendrites are present. So based on this, we'll make a question. Gray body, gray matter contain. Gray matter contain the cytons as well as dendrites. Then that who is having another possibility, unmyelinated axon. If present, what kind of axons can be expected over? Unmyelinated axons are expected over. So that's it. Cyton, dendrites, and unmyelinated axons. Okay, that means there is no problem with the color with unmyelinated axon. They don't have any color. Okay. Now let me go for the reason for white matter. What is the reason for the white matter? The reason for white matter. The reason for the white matter. So white matter reason ఏంటండి? That white matter contain. Okay, so myelinated axons. White matter contain myelinated axon. Only myelinated axon. That myelin sheath. Reason for the white color? Reason for the white color is myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is the reason for white color. Okay, so that's it. That means wherever myelin sheath present, white color appears. Okay, so that is the first basic you people need to remember. And we do continue with some other basics here. So I hope you understand this particular area. Reason for gray matter, reason for white matter. appearance of the gray matter and white matter, we discussed like this. That in case of brain, that upper is the brain low, the upper one is gray matter and the lower one is white matter. In case of spinal cord, when we see that this is the gray color and this is the white color. So white, what is white? That means only myelinated axons are present. What is gray? That means gray color include what the reason for the appearance of the gray color, that is presence of cytons and dendrites. If present, unmyelinated axons are present. So that's it. That the thing you need to understand. That means with due respect to the brain and spinal cord which we learn, I request all of you to apply these issues when you are reading the brain and spinal cord. You consider these basics here. That this class is just meant for basics of neurons. Okay. Next, let's continue. Let's continue. About ganglia, we used this word frequently throughout the length of brain and spinal cord. That means CNS and PNS. But there is a difference. Ganglia, whom we call ganglia, aggregation of the cell bodies, we say ganglia, aggregation of cell bodies is called as ganglia. There is another chance here that aggregation of cell bodies can be even called nucleus. Aggregation of cell bodies even called nucleus. So where we are saying that is very important, that in case of PNS, peripheral nervous system, we use this word ganglia. If any aggregations of the cell bodies in PNS is present, we call it as ganglia. If any such kind of aggregations are present, that we say in case of CNS, that we say that nucleus. Okay, so we used this kind of word nucleus in a text here. Let me write. What is nucleus? What is ganglia? Aggregation of aggregation of cell bodies is called ganglia or nucleus. Is called ganglia or nucleus. So when to say ganglia and when to say nucleus? That if it is done, this like such kind of aggregation, if you find in the PNS, peripheral nervous system, that we say it as ganglia. Then if you see this in CNS, in the brain of spinal cord, we don't use that word ganglia. We use the word called nucleus. Okay. Next. So definitely when we say ganglia, cyton, their axons even can be expected over, isn't it or not? So that axon, so I am drawing all that axons here for you, that axon. Okay. So aggregation of the bundles of these nerve fiber. Axons are having so many names. You may call it as axon. You may call it as nerve fiber. Even you can say it as a nerve fiber. Okay. So that what do you say that in case of PNS, it is called as the ganglia in case of aggregation of cell bodies in PNS. Here we use the word called, a frequent word we use, that is nerve. Now, in CNS, it is called as tract. In CNS, we use this as tract. Okay. So, nerve and tract, PNS and CNS. So, whom we call tractor nerve, that will write as a definition. Whom we call bundle of nerve fiber. Bundle of nerve fiber or axons. Bundle of nerve fibers or axons are called either you may call it as nerve. Okay, either you may call it as nerve or you may call it as tract. You may call it as nerve or tract. Okay, so bundle of nerve fibers or axon. You may call it as axon even. Nerve fiber is a frequent word we used earlier even. Are called as nerve or tract. So when to say tract? When I am using the same word in case of that brain or spinal cord. That means in CNS. You may know that I'll write that also for you. Whom we call CNS, we call brain or spinal cord. Central nervous system means brain or spinal cord. Okay. Peripheral nervous system means cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Okay. So that we say, or else we can say that that somatic, the autonomous nervous system total. So why should we write like that only? That the total, that not only cranial nerves, not only spinal nerves, the total area. That because you may have frequently we used in autonomous nervous system also a word called ganglia. Okay, so that means ganglia. That means aggregation of cell body. Okay, then tract. The word will be used only in case of that brain. Okay, so this is another basic. So what we learn here, what we learn, reason for the appearance of the gray color and white color. That means the meanings of the gray matter and white matter. I'll show you once again here. Gray matter, the gray color due to Nissl bodies, cytons and dendrites. Okay, that white color is due to the presence of myelinated axon. Okay, next, that based on that we framed some sentences like the gray matter of the brain or gray matter of the spinal cord contain cyton, dendrites if present unmyelinated axon. Then white matter, when we declare a place of brain or spinal cord as a white matter, that definitely it will have only that myelinated axon. Okay, the only myelinated axon. Okay, next, the reason for the appearance of the gray matter that I wrote here as a theoretical manner, Nissl bodies that which are present in cyton and dendrite. Gray matter contains cyton, dendrites if present, and if present, unmyelinated axons are present there. The reason for the appearance of the white matter, the myelin sheath, white color, white matter. So please excuse me the spell mistake. The white matter contain myelinated axon. Okay, next. After that, we took one more issue that is ganglia, nerve, nucleus, tract. That let us write the definitions for the ganglia, nerve, nucleus, tract for all of these. Ganglia, whom we call ganglia, capital. Okay, whom we call ganglia, aggregation of cell bodies. Is it enough? No, aggregation of cell bodies when they are present. That means in the coming days, when you go eye and ear also, we use a word called ganglia. Other than brain and spinal cord, we use this word frequently. Aggregation of cyton or cell bodies. Aggregation of cyton or cell bodies is called in which place? In PNS or ANS, whatever it may be, other than CNS. Okay, so we call in body cell bodies in PNS are called ganglia, are called as ganglia. Okay, next. So contrast line we need to write that their contrast sentence is nucleus, isn't it? The nucleus. Whom we call nucleus? That nucleus means aggregation of cyton or cell bodies, aggregation of cyton or cell bodies in CNS. There you can use this word that nucleus, cell bodies in CNS are called that nucleus. Okay, so that is a very important concept here. Then after we'll go to the brain and we'll check it again whether they used or not. Okay, next nerve. Nerve, whom we call nerve, that bundle of nerve fiber. Bundle of nerve fiber. Nerve fiber, nothing but axon. Nerve fiber, or we say it as axon. Bundle of nerve fiber or axon. We say axon. Collectively called as nerve. Collectively called as nerve. Bundle of nerve fiber or axon are collectively called as nerve. Okay. Next, we need to talk about tract, isn't it? Let's talk about the tract. Tract. So whom we call tract? Okay, let me say the color. Yeah. Okay. Tract. The bundle of nerve fiber or axons are collectively called nerve tract. The bundle of nerve fibers in the CNS. Oh my God. The bundle of nerve fibers or axons collectively called as nerve in we need to write. Okay. In PNS, isn't it? In PNS. Okay. So now let's talk about here. The bundle of nerve fibers. Bundle of nerve fibers are axons. bundle of nerve fibers or axons in CNS are called tracts. In CNS are called tracts. Okay, so that we say it as tracts. So that's it. Bundle of nerve fibers or axons in CNS are called as tracts. Okay, so that's it. That let us try to apply all these particular in our brain and spinal cord where we learned this particular issues. That means, for example, why I say example, I have to show, isn't it? Whether they used or not, I have to show all of things that things to you. So that means we need to go for brain PDF that we have discussed earlier. Yes, so where is that brain? Need to search that brain PDF. Okay. Got it? No. Yeah, brain PDF. Let's talk about. So here we used words called ganglia, isn't it? Aggregation of cell bodies. You can understand. Now, now means what we say. Now, bundle of axons, isn't it? Bundle of axon. Now means bundle of axons. That you have to, you can understand. Okay. So then, in the same way, let us try to search this particular the lobes of the brain, gray matter, white matter, all the issues. We used it, isn't it? We used these particular words earlier. So let us use that connection between two cerebral hemisphere. Whom we are talking? The corpus callosum. Is the corpus callosum. Shall we do this? What is it? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You see this cortex. Cortex is the gray matter we say. So when we say it is gray matter, so now we can say with our learned issue that when we say it as gray matter, that means that contains cyton, dendrites, and unmyelinated axons. Appearance of the gray color due to the presence of that Nissl body. So here you see the corpus callosum. What is this exactly? Connection between the two cerebral hemisphere present beneath the cortex. Okay. So this is from our way basic. The transverse wide flat bundle of myelinated fiber. When I say like that, what I can say that wide flat bundle of myelinated fiber. That means that is called tract. The tract of fibers which connect the two cerebral hemispheres is called corpus callosum. The tract of fibers which connect the two cerebral hemispheres is called corpus callosum. Not only now, after that, in when you go to the medicine even, this word is going to be much helpful to you. Okay, this particular neuronal cerebral cortex. Here we have a word, you see, the composed of gray matter. Neuronal cell bodies are concentrated. That is theory. But logically, we can remember what is cortex. That means cell bodies, dendrites, unmyelinated axon. Because of cell bodies and dendrites containing Nissl granules only, that is composed of gray matter. You need to understand in that particular manner. So many areas, you search them in the brain that some in labelings whatever they're not required at least for us. That means in future also, this is the words which we are going to use much more. The white matter ramifies over on the gray matter, we say arborvitae. So what is it? White matter ramifying on the gray matter. Why? How it is appear gray matter? Cyton, dendrite, unmyelinated axon. If suddenly on above that, if myelin sheath contain myelinated axons appear, how it seems to be like a branching network, white color, white shades on the gray color, the white shades on the gray matter. What do you say? It has, that means, I'll show here. That means because of presence of, right? So when we change color like this, okay. Plastic. Hmm. Okay, I'll show on the board here. I'll show on the board. Let me take new shade. Yeah, we're getting back to the board. The white matter ramifies over on the gray matter. What do you say? Arborvitae. That means we need to apply with our land concept. That in the cerebellum, what do you see in the cerebellum? The arbor vitae. What is arbor vitae? This is all gray matter. Let me write it as gray matter. Okay, so for that we can increase the size. Hmm. So this is all gray matter. Okay, so people is saying gray matter, showing green color, thinking like so. Okay, no matter. So white matter ramifies and the gray matter. That means if it is gray matter, what can be expected here? Cyton, dendrites, and unmyelinated axon, isn't it? Now what I am saying, that white matter ramifies above on them. White matter ramifies above on them means some myelinated axons are present in them, like the branching of tree. Some myelinated axon, myelin sheath containing axons are present. So that's why it seems to be like a branching of a tree. We say it as arbor vitae. We say it as arbor vitae. Okay, so that in our textbook, state textbook, we have a word called suprachiasmatic nucleus. Suprachiasmatic nucleus. Okay, so what is this exactly, suprachiasmatic nucleus? By looking toward the nucleus, we can say what is nucleus? Aggregation of cell bodies is called nucleus. What is chiasmata? Chiasmata is that optic nerves above the diencephalon. They made a cross that is called chiasmata. So above the chiasmata, cell bodies are aggregated. That you have to understand. Okay, we don't have this in syllabus. Just in future, when you go to the medicine, where a word comes like this, you have to apply, okay, supra means above, chiasmatic, that means above the chiasmata, optic nerves form a chiasmata there actually. Then what is it? Nucleus, what it mean? Aggregation of cell body. So in that way, these basics are going to be much more helpful to you. Okay. Let's go back. Let us set some more issues here in the brain that which related to our learned basics, which related to our land basics that arbor vitae I said. So now you see this line. It is surrounded by a sheath of gray matter called cerebellar cortex. That means for that line, it will be the both on board whatever I shown, that will be much more optimally suitable. That much more optimally suitable here. Surrounded by gray matter. That means yellow color is white matter. You should understand. Then next, some more like uh, what is pons varoli? See here, it consists of nerve fiber which form a bridge between the two cerebellar hemisphere. What it means? A tract between the two cerebellar hemisphere, which we say that pons varoli. We can say it as pons varoli. Okay, likewise. That means when in the extension level, when you are going that in medicine, we use this kind of words frequently. Now, as well, we are using more frequently at present even. But when we want to say something in the brain, when we want to say something in the brain, so this is the word which is the frequently used word. That is tract. Frequently used word is tract. Okay, so that you have to keep that particular thing in mind. Okay, so that's it about the basics of this area. Then the lobes of the cerebrum, so cerebral cortex, everywhere you can apply this particular the portion what I said to you, that whatever arbor vitae you can see here. Mm, likewise. Okay. Now, let's talk about in the spinal cord, thoracic spinal nerve. When we use nerve, when it is emerging out, when we consider it as PNS, we say it as nerve. Okay. So in that way. Hmm. So here it is the gray matter. I wrote this inside. See this, cell bodies, dendrites, unmyelinated axon. Neuroglial cells are different things. Supporting cells that we learned in first year. Okay, so because of cell bodies, dendrites containing missile granule only, this area appeared gray color, isn't it? So that means here what can be seen over? Cell bodies. Cell bodies are only seen over. If present, what kind of, if present, axons, unmyelinated axons can be expected of. So like this. A neuron will come from here. A cyton, then here it is. The axon is traveling like this. Okay, so this is the area. Now we need to talk about this is the area. Transverse section of nerve, a particular exclusive nerve. That means this area. We need to microscopic exposure of this area. Okay, so you see here, I'm making box here to see that microscopic exposure of a nerve. We need to see is that we can compare with our muscle wherever we land over. So let me go for that. Let me go and let me close this after learning the transverse section of the nerve, the transverse section of nerve. A nerve surrounded by a membrane called epineurium. We said what is nerve? Nerve means the bundle of nerve fiber. It contains many fascicles. It contains many fascicles. Each fascicle surrounded by a membrane called perineurium. Okay, it contains that the many axons. Axons, nothing but we say nerve fiber, which are surrounded by a membrane called endoneurium, which are surrounded by a membrane said to be a endoneurium. Okay, so listen carefully. The class which I am now explaining, you don't find in any textbook actually, but that these applications you will find everywhere in the textbook, either in NCERT or state. So what I am drawing with the blue color, that is axon, that is nerve fiber or axon. So bundle of axons we say fascicle. Bundle of axons we call it as fascicle. Then each axon surrounded by a membrane called endoneurium. Each axon surrounded by a membrane called endoneurium. This is endoneurium. The bundle of axons called fascicles, and all the fasciculae are surrounded by a membrane called epineurium. What is this? The transverse section of a nerve. Transverse section of nerve. Any nerve. Okay. So I'll show you what we learned actually. You see, this is the nerve, this area. So with mouse cursor, why don't I show with this? This is the area we learned now. That area I shown in microscope for you. Okay, so that contain the fascicles and axons, all that you can see. Okay, next, the based on the movement of axon, how to recognize that is sensory nerve fiber or motor nerve fiber. So for that basic we are running now. That basic we have to go. For example, if this is the brain and if this is the body part. Okay, so why this much? Let me write. If this is the brain and if this is the body part, brain, body part. So if you have any myths about this, all that myths should be cancelled over, and you need to fix with the basics which I am giving for you. Okay, so that's it. This is the two types of nerve fibers I am giving here. Two types of nerve fibers, that sensory nerve fiber and motor nerve fiber. Uh, Let me try again. Why should we draw here? Let me draw here, which will be optimum. Let me read this out. Now let here it is exactly in the brain to the body part. Let me show. Okay, so I'm giving two options to you, A and B. So what is A? What is B? Options two are there. Sensory nerve fiber, motor nerve fiber. Okay, so who is sensory nerve fiber? A or B? I am asking you. Who is sensory nerve fiber? A or B?
A.
So A is sensory nerve fiber. I got an answer actually. Whether it is right or wrong, no matter. You just try to answer yourself. That A is, some people said A. Okay, so I am asking only A. Okay, sensory nerve fiber or motor nerve fiber. Sensory nerve fiber and motor nerve fiber.
Sensory nerve.
Yes, A is sensory nerve fiber. Bharat, you are saying A is sensory nerve fiber. Andena?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Inka, is there anyone to answer? Okay, no matter. That if you don't even answer, it will be better to me actually. That because we'll end this first in first year, isn't it? But people forgot. Okay, so the sensory nerve fiber, motor nerve fiber. Yeah, sensory nerve fiber. When we say this is sensory nerve fiber, and this is motor nerve fiber. Sensory nerve fiber and motor nerve fiber. Fiber. I'm not saying nerve. You remember? I'm not saying nerve. I'm saying nerve fiber. That means I'm talking about single axon. Bundle of axons only can form the nerve. Yes, this is sensory nerve fiber. Sensory nerve fiber. Let me write. Sensory nerve fiber. Okay, so how? How? First of all, we learned it. How? That means you have to remember that axons are going to release the axon terminals are going to release a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine that we have seen in case of muscle contraction, that we have seen in case of different places, isn't it? That axon terminals are going to release the acetylcholine. In this case, some information came from the brain and sent to the body parts, isn't it? Some information came from the brain and sent to the body parts. And in this case, some information from the body parts and going to the brain like this. That means you just remember, I said earlier even like this. You say, remember this symbol, something opened a mouth and talking with brain. Okay, so saying something to the brain. So from body part to the brain, what do you say from body part to the brain? Sensory. From brain to the body parts, what do you call? From brain to the body part, it is said to be motor nerve fiber. From brain to the body part, that we say brain to the body part. What do you call? Sensory nerve fiber. From what? Brain to the body part. We say motor nerve fiber. From body part to the brain, we say sensory nerve fiber. Okay, so that we need to learn. Then mixed nerve fiber. Is there any possibility of mixed nerve fiber? I want polling from you. Everyone should answer. So I am opening participant list. If present, that if mixed nerve fiber, if present, yes or no, mixed nerve fiber. That everyone you need to know fiber. Is there any possibility of mixed nerve fiber? If it is possible, you answer yes. If it's not possible, you answer no. But everyone should answer in chat. Mixed nerve fiber. Is it possible? Yes or no? Mixed nerve fiber. Fiber. Mixed nerve fiber is possible or not, isn't it? Mixed nerve fiber is not at all possible. Listen to my word. I said mixed nerve fiber. Mixed nerve fiber. That means That means if I talk about a neuron and what I said, a neuron, if it is brain and if it is body part. So what is this? Simply we say this is brain to body part. What is this? It will become only motor nerve fiber. It will become only motor nerve fiber. That means see the direction of information I'm providing to you. That means from the brain, that motor nerve fibers are going and they are submitting something to the body parts, like muscle, motor end plate, we said in the will end in the muscle, isn't it? So that is motor nerve fiber. Okay. Next, if it is brain and if it is the body part, if it is brain and if it is the body part, so like this, we need to talk about, and this is the information. So now the information will come. Once you need to remember, in impulse in neuron is unidirectional, which is always away from the cyton. So this is the cyton, which is always away from the cyton. Here in the earlier case also, you can see there, always away from the cyton. In the previous case also, it will go like this. Okay, so we can put arrow marks even like this, always from the cyton. Okay, so you need to remember in that particular map. So here like this, it is going. So what is this? This is motor nerve fiber. Motor nerve fiber. Okay, so what is my question? Is there any possibility of mixed nerve fiber? Mixed nerve fiber? No, not at all possible. Mixed nerve fiber is not at all possible. Means if some of you are answered it as possible, that means you said this is brain and this is body part and the dual way. That means information in this fiber, it will go and it will come. Is it possible? No, impossible. This is wrong. Mixed nerve fiber is possible. Okay, someone you said mixed example is spinal nerve. You said no, that there is no possibility of mixed nerve fiber. Okay, mixed nerve is possible. That I'm saying you people are not able to manage the difference between the nerve and nerve fiber. That means you need to apply the basics. Let me write the brain here and let me write the body part. Okay, you are saying spinal cord. I'll show you the spinal cord also to you. That vagus nerve, if you take example. So they, let me use the different colors for different one. Then I'm using yellow for this. Okay, so body parts. So what is this which I drawn? Yes, what is this which I drawn? Sensory fiber or motor fiber? Motor fiber. Okay. Next, let me use another color for this to go for sensory fibers. We should start at brain and should go to the body parts, isn't it? We should start at brain and we should go to the body parts. Okay. So these are oh, color. Okay. These are motor nerve fibers, and these are sensory nerve fibers. Okay. Single we say fiber or axon. That's what I said to you. So that whom we called a nerve, bundle of nerve fibers is called nerve. So what is this? This is mixed nerve. What is my question? Is there any possibility of mixed nerve fiber? Can a single neuron perform this action? I said no. Then means when I'm saying mixed nerve, this thing came in your mind. Mixed nerve fiber means this thing came into your mind. That's the problem actually. So I think you got my point here. Mixed nerve, mixed nerve. Now what is nerve? Let me go back to see what is nerve. Let me go back. The basics. That's why I said our today's basics are very important. That nerve means and now, what is meaning of nerve? A nerve means bundle of axons. And now means that many axons are present here. This is one, this is one. Imagine these two are sensory. That means in the travel, they are coming from the body parts going to the brain. And imagine these two are motor. So what it will become then? It will become mixed. Okay. Such kind of nerve become mixed. As I said to you, 12 pairs of cranial nerves, isn't it? In the 12 pairs of cranial nerves, olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal. The list we made it earlier. So in that olfactory is a sensory. What is the meaning of sensory? Sensory means sensory means that all the given the bundles, the four bundles are sensory only. All are sensory only. Okay, so all the given bundles are sensory only. Then what is oculomotor? That oculomotor means motor nerve. So that means all the four bundles are motor. Okay. Next, trochlear. What is trochlea? That is motor. Trigeminal, that is mixed. Means some bundles are sensory, some bundles are motor. Okay. So that means it will be helpful for us to understand the difference between the mixed nerve as well as mixed nerve fiber. There is no possibility of mixed nerve fiber. Okay, that's why I said, oh, these kind of things you don't find in textbooks. That you should understand the logic. Okay, so this is the logic. This area only were taken in transfer section there earlier. So that mixed now contain. Okay, so let me write the theoretical information which will end about this basic. A sensory now contain. So I'm writing points here. A sensory now contain. A sensory now contain. Now means we learned already. Now means bundle of nerve fibers or axon. A sensory nerve contain bundle of nerve fibers. Bundle of which nerve fiber? Bundle of sensory nerve fibers or axon. It is only axon. There is no meaning and there is no matter of that cyton and dendrite because the nerve is the word is exclusively related to the axons. Okay. Next. What is the next statement? A motor nerve contain. A motor nerve. Nerve means bundle of axon. A motor nerve contain bundle of motor nerve fibers. As like we said in case of muscle and muscle fiber, bundle of muscle fiber called fascicle and fascicle bundle called muscle. There is a difference. Like a tissue and cell, how much difference is there? Muscle and muscle fiber, how much difference is there? In the same way, a nerve and nerve fiber, that difference. People use this as a frequent, and that means there are so many mistakes in previous classes that you should not, that we can't say even mistakes because they are basic explanation they are giving to you. So we should come out from that basic explanation. Now we are grown up. Okay, a mixed nerve contain, and a mixed nerve contain some bundles of sensory and some motor nerve fibers. Again and again, I am writing why because nerve fiber or axon because you people need to correlate with it. Nerve fiber is also called axon. Okay, so a sensory nerve contain bundle of nerve fiber or axon. So for our comfort, I am writing here. This is the brain and this is the spinal cord. Sorry. We need to write this as body part, isn't it? Brain or spinal cord, whatever it may be the same. Let me erase this. So please give me the permission to erase. Yeah, I'll write it as body part. I am trying to show a little that whatever we learned here in a single page. Okay, so that a sensory nerve contain bundles of sensory nerve fiber or axons, isn't it? So that means from where I should come, I should come like this, isn't it? Bundles I have to draw with a small gap. That means we need to take small pencil. Hmm. like this, like this. Individual bundle can be, but individual is called fiber, isn't it? This is fiber. Okay, so this bundle, this is the bundle. Bundle, what do you say? We say it as nerve. Okay, we say it as nerve. So that means the sensory nerve contains these kind of neurons, that their cytons are in the body part. You can see one of the good example, eye, the ganglionated layer. Okay, okay, didn't discuss the eye till the time. When we go there, you can apply this. That ganglionated layer of the retina of eye, from which the axons will come out and will go. What do you call that nerve as optic nerve? What is optic nerve? That is sensory nerve. Okay. Next, a motor nerve contain bundle of motor nerve fiber. So let me visualize the motor nerve. What will take? Will take green color. Yeah. Here it is. Their cytons are going to be in the brain, and they started and they give information like muscle contraction information given to the sarcolemma in the earlier classes. So likewise, each line I am drawing, that is nerve fiber or axon, isn't it? Nerve fiber or axon. When I say bundle, so what type of bundle? These bundles contain only that single way bundles. So that what do you say? That is motor nerve. The total bundle we call it as motor nerve. Now when I want to say this in case of mixed nerve, so we have to draw some motor nerves, some bundles of motor nerves, and some bundles of sensory nerves, making their own way. Okay, so is it possible to me draw one more? Yeah. Okay, successful. Okay, so that means some bundles are like this, some bundles are like this. So totally what do you say? It has mixed nerve, which contain sensory nerve fiber as well as motor nerve fiber. Okay, okay. I lost one color. A sensory nerve fiber and motor nerve fiber. So I am drawing motor. Two I drawn sense motor and two I drawn sensory. Okay, so a collective. Not it doesn't mean like so only two are present. So just saying like so. Okay. So then what is this? The totally we say it as mixed nerve fiber. In that some are sensory, I say. Some are sensory. Who is that? The black one. And some are motor. Who is that? The green one. Some motor fibers are there and some sensory. That if you don't know anything before, it is going to be the best class for you. If you don't know anything about the neurons before, this is going to be the best class for you. Otherwise, if you know something, that will some sort of confusion will begin. If you believe so, whatever I am saying, that is perfectly right and everything is going on well, that if you believe like so, you will understand. Don't match with the information which you already have. The straight away I'm saying that information you have already have is completely wrong. If you don't think in the same way which I am thinking, okay, so that's it. That means there is a difference between the nerve and nerve fiber. So I didn't learn this nerve and nerve fiber. I didn't learn earlier. I thought both are same. You thought both are same. No lecturer explained them as both are same, isn't it? So okay, I thought, I think, don't use this kind of words here. We came here for learning. You came here for learning and just learn it. Okay, this is a new thing. Any time lecturer is going to explain new things to you. So don't match with the old things you learned. I thought that's I think it's not clear. No, no. Whatever you have that is not clear. This is clear actually. Okay, so that means people will have more myths on this particular nerves. Now, so I use this word in brain also. There is a nerve which connects the two cerebral hemisphere. I thought that you should not think that you can't say it as nerve. What I have to say, that is called tract. The tract of fibers which connect the two cerebral hemispheres is called corpus callosum. If I ask you, corpus callosum contain cyton, dendrite, or axon, that will be the biggest application it will become. It will contain only axons, isn't it? Because I said I use the word called nerve fiber. Nerve fiber, all copyrights goes to axons. People don't find this much difference and no need till the time. But now you are entering into the need. That's why you need to differentiate between the nerve and nerve fiber. Now, bundle of nerve fiber. So what is nerve fiber? Even nerve fiber means that is not cyton, that is not dendrite, that is exclusively axon. So these minute things are very important for us to learn. Okay. So these are all the basics of the neuron. Basics, only the basics. I didn't explain anything like cyton, that branches for the triton, dendrite, and axon, hillock, myelin sheath, nodes of Ranvier. All these things you may learn already. So that's why that I'm just focused over only in that area where that side that neurons are going to be, where that various kinds of terminology and the minute differences between the particular terms we should use, that I discussed. This will be helpful for you not only in the NEET and also for your coming examinations, also for your coming classes even. This will be very much helpful. I request all of you to watch this again and again and to fix this that information and remove the old information whatever you have. Okay.